guests, he put a little tick by each of their names. It was now time to even out the numbers, and as Archibald gently rocked back on his chair, a smile swept across his face. Princess Tatiana Davidoff's name was scribbled down. This minxy Russian had sidled up to him at a recent Sotheby's sale, and he'd dined with her twice since in quick succession. As he sat here now, staring out the window, recalling her enthusiasm for his great summer weekend, he saw her green eyes, those thick black lashes, her ruby lips yet to part, that rumple of glistening dark hair, pouring over one shoulder, leading his eye to her bosom. Then blast. The moment was dispelled by his mother's words ringing in his ears. "Darling, it's very important you stay focused on producing an heir." Lady Norland, a dutiful mother, never shied from pushing broody members of the English upper classes her son's way. And as Archibald sat at his desk, he took in a deep breath and siphoned through his mother's options for the 3 remaining female spots. No, not one was going to make the cut. So instead he grasped the telephone and dialed Charlotte Mapperton's number. Charlotte was an old friend. Her husband Hugh, on the other hand, was not, for the simple fact Archibald couldn't stand venture capitalists who were after his money. But it was now August. Hugh would be swanning around Silicon Valley, and Archibald had the phone to his ear, ready to convince Charlotte she should come and stay. "How marvellous!" she exclaimed. "I'm heavy with child, but I'd simply love to." "I'm not expecting you to play cricket." Charlotte chuckled. "Arch?" "Yes?" "Are you still single?" "Yes." He veered away from mentioning the princess. It's not like something was going on. Yet. "Excellent. I have an all-singing, all-dancing new American friend. Please, please, can I bring her?" "Do," said Archibald, always being one for the more the merrier. "What's she called?" he asked. And with Charlotte's reply, Hailey Duke's name was added to the list. Archibald laid down his pen and reached for his address book. One more girl and the numbers would be even. Then, after a quick flick through the names, he snapped it shut, got up from his desk, and left his study, muttering to himself, "For heaven's sake, there are still 2 weeks left for a girl to land on my lap." His dogs Yin and Yang were ragging around in the hall. "Do stop it," Archibald barked as he flung open the front door, and out they shot, bounding into the fresh air, full of excitable energy and ready for 6 o'clock walkies. Letting them be for a sec, Archibald stood on the doorstep of Fontaburn Hall and admired the beauty of his garden stretching out in front of him. His fortunate circumstances were gilded by the early evening summer light. A particularly beautiful time of day, he thought, as he pulled the door shut with a bang, marched after the dogs, and didn't once turn around to glimpse what lingered in the wings of this fine example of Tudor architecture. No, he was far too preoccupied, dreaming up the ideal final girl for his weekend. The following week, in the most roundabout way, Archibald happened to hear of an attractive artist, on commission, drawing racehorses nearby. Her name was Susie Mahl. Chapter 1. The Honourable Archibald Barnabas Cooke Wellingham is my mother's second cousin once removed's goddaughter's husband's cousin. How Norfolk's most eligible bachelor came to hear I was temporarily living nearby should be inexplicable, but the creme de la creme of the British social class can drum up a connection, as tenuous as it may be, in every civilised country, capital, county or state round the world at best, and throughout Europe at least. Now, please don't mistake my family, the Mahls, for being this high up the social ladder. We're middle class and always have been, but Sarah Smith, the goddaughter of my mother's second cousin once removed, married well and left her modest home in northwest London to land comfortably in a Wiltshire mansion of great proportions, with a bank balance to match and a title in tow. This stratospheric leap of social class sent verbal repercussions travelling at great speed down the maternal line of my family. So when Mum...